Ready, go.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And he'll work forward for about 4. It's second down.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Come on, come on. Hit.
He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end. Orlando gets him the second. That's his first grab in this divisional round matchup. And it's good for the first down as well.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Attack is going to be made down at the 40-yard line. These two moving the chains themselves. A gain of 14 and a first down.
Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They throw that. That's going to wind up incomplete. But the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up second down.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. And the Chargers have the first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down
To the air one more time. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this one in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, L.A. Joey Sly on now for the point after. He gets it to go. And the Chargers are out to a 7-0 lead here in this divisional playoff matchup. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. A safe kick taken at the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally track him down, but not before he takes this to the other side of midfield.
At the Chargers' 45-yard line.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. Open man, that's Dante Fortin. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
17 yards, the gain there. Good for a Raider first down. To throw, it's Richardson. Exiting the pocket right. Bit of a wild throw there behind his man, thus it's incomplete.
So you find yourself down here in the red zone. This is where it's critical for the quarterback, Mike, to understand he's only got two options. Put the ball in a spot where your guy can catch it or in a spot where nobody can catch it. And unfortunately for them, this time
and he's in! Down Raiders.
Really nice job there by the receiver, understanding what to do after you secure the catch and the ability to target him in the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. If you can hit them in stride and be accurate with the ball, there is a lot of green grass to pick up yards after the catch, and he's able to take this one all the way into the end zone for 6.
This taken in at the 8-yard line. Now an opening at the 30. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
At their own 37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Get it. Ready.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Going down the middle of the field, and he's got his tight end. And he will go all the way. Oronde Gadsden. Touchdown Chargers. Sly now for the point after. The kick is good. However, there is a penalty flag down. The defense might have gotten a head start. Now, a 2-point conversion attempt coming.
The Chargers will line up for
off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Okay, ready? Come on. Hit. 19, shot, 18, Pop Warrior, 70, Dragon, 60.
Richardson to throw it here on 1st down. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. From the gun, Richardson. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jamari Connor. And he's going to be out of bounds, but quite a turn of events here. He has set up the offense with 1st and goal.
7-yard line.
Here's a designed run. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
You could see the quarterback once he got the snap. He was looking for any seam, any daylight. But nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
The ball still at the 8-yard line for 2nd down and goal.
Let's go now.
He'll keep this himself. They'll pitch it to Barkley. Oh, making guys miss, and he's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Los Angeles. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Chargers 22, Raiders 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready? Cowboy 80. 60 Eagles. Panther 11. Panther 11. Cup 19. Cup 19.
Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
It's 2nd and inches at the 32-yard line.
The RPO. That one is complete. Inside the 30. And he will score. Dante Thornton. Touchdown, Las Vegas. On comes Patterson for the PAT. He's got it. And the Raiders are back within one score. It is an 8-point game.
22. Raiders 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves. Ready?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
He gets this complete to his rookie 4th-round pick. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way.
Touchdown.
86 yards. Touchdown, Chargers. Out comes Sly for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chargers are able to extend their first quarter lead.
Raiders 14.
1 quarter in the books in this AFC Divisional playoff. The Chargers out to the early lead. And we're back in Vegas after this. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. That is caught out wide on the RPO. He works free, right side. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 76 yards. Touchdown, Vegas. Extra point by Patterson is good. And the Raiders are back within 1 score. It is an 8-point game. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 2. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start.
At their own 20-yard line.
Buffalo 18.
Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, You can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
That is intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown.
And Mike, and as bad as things seem, especially after that last play, the key to playing quarterback in this league, if you're going to allow bad plays to lead to more bad plays, you're not going to last very long. So it's the value of, hey, can you win the next play? And then the play after.
That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Jabari Khan.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Man in motion is Smith. Right back to the air following that pick 6. Pass caught by Saquon. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And the Chargers, first down.
Ready? 19 tight. 19.
Back to throw.
First down.
Now inside the 25. And he will score. DeAndre Lambert-Smith. Touchdown, L.A. Sly now for the point after. His kick is good. And the Chargers will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9.
27.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
At their own 36-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 36.
Let's go now.
Now Richardson. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well.
First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll give on the ground, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
18 Rattler. Ready,
A second down throw for Richardson. He'll go right and find his running back. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Good pick up of 14 on that one. First down, Vegas. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
At the 37-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a second down and 7 from the 37. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. That one's incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
Third down and 7.
Cup 19. Ready.
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tarheeb Still. Inside the 20. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. Out comes Sly for the extra point. He knocks it through. Chargers add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. 27. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And He'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
At the 45-yard line.
You're not. 19, Panther 11, Panther 11.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. That's going to be incomplete. Very stout. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's Richardson. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. It's the safety, Julian Love.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
Mustang
At
19.
their own 27-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. This one's broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
And 10.
Here we go, here we go. Dragon 6.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to find his running back downfield. And he will take this one in. 72 yards. Touchdown, L.A.
Touchdown.
Saving his best for the playoffs. His 3rd touchdown of the game. Sly now for the point after. And trouble on this extra point. It is blocked. And he's going to take this one back all the way. Disastrous. The blocked extra point leads to 2 for the defense instead of 1 for the offense. Teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Throwing is Richardson. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Quick throw there. That's going to wind up incomplete. The receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Left side, but it's going to wind up being good.
And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pick up of 14 and a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play calling. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
70 Ranger.
Handoff here, up the middle. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
16-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line. 3rd and 7.
Mustang 19. Hip, check up.
Richardson to throw. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Tarheeb Still. And the Chargers are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th down.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown.
Saquon Barkley. There he goes again. And he will dive into the end zone. 99 yards. Touchdown, Chargers. This is quickly turning into a virtuoso performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. Out comes Sly for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chargers are going to extend their lead.
Chargers 56, Raiders 29.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Warriors 70.
Looking to throw. Richardson. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
The open man is Tucker. He's got it. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing, Richardson. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
Gain of 4 yards. That's good for a Las Vegas
Richardson.
first down.
He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
You know, Mike, one thing that we used to say is it didn't matter how good you were or how long you played. Eventually, you were just going to have one of those days, and I think for this quarterback, he's got to be able to move on from this pretty quickly because this is about as bad a day in the office as you can imagine.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Moving the tight end right. He's going to air this one out. He's got it! And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score! 74 yards. Touchdown, L.A. Sly now for the point after. It's up and through. And the Chargers stretch things out even further. 69. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
Trap 60, trap 60. Trap 18, Pioneer.
Richardson to throw it here on first down. He's going to dial up another deep ball. And this will be incomplete. Trey Tucker, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a second down.
And really, it's the interceptions that continue to be a problem, and he's lucky he didn't add to that total. I mean, defender had an opportunity to add another one to the mix, and he just has to do a better job making decisions, finding the open target, and stop forcing bad throws.
70 Lions. 70 Lions.
On play action, Richardson. Throw on the run is complete. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime.
Hawk 70. Hawk. Ready.
Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. Open man downfield. He's got his tight end Bowers. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
10 at the 23-yard line.
From the gun, Richardson. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Top 19.
Now Richardson. That is caught by the tight end. Brock Bowers. Touchdown Vegas. Touchdown Raiders.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the 1st half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
The Raiders will line up for the
To throw, it's Richardson. And that is incomplete. 2-point conversion attempt. Winds up being unsuccessful.
Raiders 35.
Halftime coming close. And not much time left as this one is kicked away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Forced out left. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this 1st half will come to an end. These two teams fighting to get to that AFC Championship game next Sunday. Back to it here. The 3rd quarter underway. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
Their own 30-yard line.
Come on. Set. 70 Timberwolf. Ready.
Here's Richardson. He's going to look for the home run ball. And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. Picked off by Tarheeb Still.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
On the ground is Barkley to start the drive. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings
They
up
face 2nd down and 7. Once again, it's Barkley. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Taken down at the 19-yard line.
Got to get this to the 25. Here's 3rd down. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Open man, left side. He's got it. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line. now on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 40.
Here's Barkley. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they could play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason. Sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
On 4th down, out is J.K. Scott to punt for the Chargers. And some nifty running on the return. Some good yardage before he was taken down.
19 tight. Ready.
Richardson operating from the pistol. He's going to look downfield once again. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
19. A 56-yard gain on the play. And a Raider first down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Richardson going to look to throw. That one caught by Tucker. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards. That's another Las Vegas first down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Raiders. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Now this looks like a design run. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll get that out to Barkley. Well, it's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time. Play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
They'll send the man in motion left. Now, faking the give, rolling to the left. What teamwork, the receiver coming back for the completion. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. The break the huddle coming up now for 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. They knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. Finding space at the 15. And he won't quite get to the end zone, but they're going to be set up at the 2-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 33 yards.
At the 2-yard line.
Saquon will score. Touchdown, Chargers.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
22-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's Richardson. That's caught. Left side by Bauer. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10.
Get it. 7 Pirates, 60 Eagles, 60 Mustang, 19, Viking, 18, 19 tight, 19 tight.
Out of shotgun, Richardson. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down. Throwing is Richardson. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. This one could be sniffed out. Thrown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. He'll look deep, left sideline. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw. And even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway. And it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away. On 1st and 10, it's Barkley.
Number 26, Saquon Barkley with the carry.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7.
34-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he is not going to get away. Might have got the yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
He chooses to keep it on the zone read.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired.
And they blocked the kick. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Patterson then to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Raiders are able to cut into the deficit.
Chargers 70, Raiders 49.
With down 3 scores and it's late, they're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here trying to get an onside kick.
If they don't come up with this, the game is over. But now, anything can happen. You've got plenty of time, down 3. The first job, make sure you at least get the ball in field goal range to force overtime. But if the opportunity presents, try to win this thing in regulation.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
Second down throw for Richardson. A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And the work is close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Warriors 70.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
That's good for a Las Vegas first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Over the middle, that's the tight end, Bowers. And he's into the end zone. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Vegas. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. Extra point by Patterson is good. And the Raiders are able to edge a bit closer. So down 2 scores, they're going to roll the dice here with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Ready, check.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. And the Chargers will punt, getting set to kick it away. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and first down to the 20-yard line.
Their own 20-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Rolling right. Off he goes. And he's out past the 30. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
When you find yourself trailing here late in the game, decision-making is critical. Not only is he able to extend the drive by picking up the first down with his legs, great job by the quarterback understanding, get out of bounds, stop the clock, save as much time as possible as they try to make a comeback.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Richardson to throw it here on 1st down. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Dante Thornton was the intended target. And it's going to bring up 3rd down. Now Richardson. And more of the same. Another interception. It's a safety, Julian Love.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you jump the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. The defense can stop it twice more as the kneel down comes. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second. Talk things over before third down. Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. Now the Raiders going to use their third and final timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. Taken at the 19. And he's going to be knocked down before he can even think about returning that ball. Whoa! Here's first down.
60 average. 19 light. Hurt. Ready.
Throwing, Richardson. Moving left. Going up top. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. A big play and a much-needed one as well. That goes for 58.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Richardson to throw here on first and 10. Flush to his right, and he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. And a good return here. He is out of bounds up past the 30.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
Ready. Cougar 19. Ready.
They go to a knee, and that will do it. Next stop, the AFC Championship game. So it's a win for the visiting Chargers. They are able to do something that not easy to do. Get a win away from home in the playoffs. For their troubles, they've got a date next Sunday in the Conference Championship game. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.